promise I never made to you. Clara hadn't set foot in New York in 3 years. The train was slowing down at Grand Central Station, and her reflection in the window looked like a stranger's. Longer hair, kouro, harder look. She wasn't the same bright-eyed young woman who had run away one night without saying goodbye. She got off the train with only a suitcase and a backpack slung over her shoulder. Nobody was waiting for her. Nobody knew she was coming. Nobody, except Diane. Her mother had written to her only once a month ago. Your father is sick. He doesn't have much time left. Do what you want with that information. No promises nor pleas. Only a direct, dry sentence like everything her mother had said since she had memory. Clara didn't want to return, but something in her chest told her that if she didn't do it now, she would regret it. He would repent for the rest of his life. Not for his father, for her, for everything that remained unclosed, and for him, Adrienne. The name hit him like an echo in the walls of his soul. It was late, it was already night. It was when she took a taxi to the old family home in Brooklyn. The lights were off, except for a dim one in the kitchen. Everything remained the same. The rusty fence, the crooked mailbox, the ivy-climbing pea, or the brick walls. He rang the doorbell. Eternal seconds passed, until a familiar voice received her with a mixture of surprise and fear. Clara? It was Olivia, her sister, and in her eyes there was joy, only shock and guilt. "Hello," Olivia Clara whispered, almost breathless. "What are you doing here?" her sister asked, without opening the door completely. "I came to see Dad." Olivia hesitated. In the end, opened just enough for Clara to enter. The house smelled the same as always. Old coffee, damp wood, and a tension that never left. "He's asleep." "Your arrival, he didn't expect it at all," said Olivia as she guided her toward the kitchen. "I know, I didn't want to warn you. I wasn't sure if I wanted to come back." They fell silent. The sisters hadn't seen each other since that last argument, the end Clara fled. There were tears then, screams, and a betrayal too great to heal quickly. "Is Mom here?" Clara asked. "She's at Aunt Lorraine's house. She's going to stay a few days with Ella." Clara nodded. She was grateful not to see her yet. "And you?" she asked, testing the waters. "Are you living here now?" Olivia swallowed and avoided her gaze. "Not exactly. I just come often. I take care of Dad, and I'm with Adrienne." The phrase fell like a knife. Clara blinked several times, trying to process what she had just heard. "What did you say?" she asked in a low voice. "Adrienne and we have been together for more than a year. We are going to get married." Clara felt the ground beneath her feet disappear for a second. She couldn't breathe. "But he and I." "Yes. You and he went to go, but you left, Clara. Without explanations, you left him devastated. He was bad for months, and I was there for him. Were you there? Or did you take advantage? Don't come to judge me now. Not after to do what you did." Clara closed her eyes tightly. The pain was physical. Olivia was engaged to the man she loved, the same man she had left behind without saying goodbye for a zone that he had never told. And now, perhaps it was too late. Clara locked herself in her old room that night, but she didn't sleep. Every corner spoke to her of the past, the desk where she used to write in his diary, the photographs on the wall that his mother never took down, and in a corner a dusty envelope that someone had slipped under the door years ago. He opened it. It was unsigned art. "Clara, I'm sorry. If I could change what happened that night, I would. But it's too late. I just want you to be okay wherever you go. Don't stop fighting. Don't forget who you are." He recognized Adrienne's handwriting, and he cried. In the morning, when going down the stairs, he ran into him. He was in the kitchen, serving himself coffee as if nothing had happened. When he saw her, his face tensed. There wasn't a Risa, there was no hug. Only a thick, dense silence. "Hello," said Clara, in a threat of a voice. "Clara, I didn't know you had returned. Yesterday, I came to see Dad." Adrienne nodded. His eyes avoided hers, and her. "You look different," he murmured. "You too." More silence. An uncomfortable silence filled with everything they didn't say for 3 years. "You left without saying anything," he suddenly said, his voice onaba wound. "You didn't answer calls or messages. I thought something had happened to you, something happened to me, something serious. But I couldn't tell you, not you, nor anyone." He left the cup on the table. He looked at it, finally directly into the eyes. "Why?" Clara took a deep breath. "Because I was pregnant." And the world, at that moment, stopped. Adrienne opened his mouth, but no sound came out. "I lost the baby. At 9 weeks," said Clara, with tears accumulating. "And then I fell into a well so dark that I didn't know how to return. I felt alone, broken, unable to face anything or anyone." "Why no me lo dijiste?" "Because you had dreams, Adrienne. You wanted to travel, study abroad, build your career. I thought that if you knew, you would stay only out of obligation. I didn't want to ruin your life. Me la ruinaste igual." Clara looked down. "I know." Silence took over the kitchen. Adrienne leaned against the counter, processing what he had just heard. "And now, why did you come back?" he asked. "I'm finished. For my father. But also, because I couldn't continue living with that weight. Do you want me to forgive you? To forget everything? I didn't come to ask for anything. I just needed you to know the truth. Afterwards of that, you can do with her what you want." Adrian looked at her for a long time, and in his eyes there was something more than anger. There was pain, disillusionment, buried love. But before he could say anything else, Olivia entered the kitchen. Am I interrupting something? Clara and Adrian separated instinctively, as if they had been caught doing something wrong. No, said Clara. We were just talking, added Adrian. Olivia looked at them distrustfully. She wasn't stupid. I need to talk to you, Clara. Alone. They went to the back garden. The air was colder than Clara remembered. What did you tell him? Olivia fired, without beating around the bush. The truth. About why I left. And what do you expect? That I'll run into your arms and let myself be? I don't expect anything. But he had a right to know, Olivia gritted her teeth. You always were, the favorite, the perfect one. And still, you fled, you left everything. And I was the one who stayed to pick up the pieces. You don't have to compete with me, Olivia. Oh, no? Then why every time you appear says, everything revolves around you? Clara wanted to respond, but something inside her told her it wasn't worth it. I didn't come to take anything from you. I only came to face what I left behind. And she turned around. That night, the father of both suffered a relapse. They took him to the hospital. Clara stayed with him until dawn, holding his hand. He barely spoke, but in a whisper he said, I am proud that you would return. Those were his last words. He died the following day. And with his death, something broke between the sisters that would never be the same again. The funeral was small, intimate. He cried. Clara held an umbrella with one hand, and the other trembled, clutching the soaked handkerchief. Olivia was on the other side of the tomb, holding Adrian's arm. They did not exchange words all day. That night, Clara returned to the empty house. She felt that the city was crushing her. She thought of leaving again, disappearing as before, but something stopped her. A note. It had been slipped under the door. RTA. See you tomorrow at 5. At our park bench. A. Clara knew it was from Adrian, and it was. She found him sitting under the same tree where they kissed for the first time. He had a jacket gray, and in his gaze, a storm. Thank you for coming, he said. I didn't know if I should, neither did I, but I had to see you. A long silence fell between them, while the sounds of the park surrounded them. They returned. Do you really love him? Clara asked. Olivia Adrian answered, without looking at her. I love her. She has taken care of me, she has been with me when I needed her most. But, I never stopped loving you, Amart. Clara felt a knot in her chest. Don't say that if it's not true. It's true, even if she hates me for it. Even if I'm engaged to your sister. Even if you're not the same anymore. I'm not the same SMA, and you neither. But that doesn't erase what we were. Adrian looked at her. His eyes shone with a mixture of love and despair. We could escape, start over, in another city, just you and me. And Olivia? I don't know. Clara stood up. She was trembling. Not from cold, from fear, from desire. You didn't come into my life for me to take you away, Adrian. You came to teach me to let go, to heal. Don't ask me to, I leave you again. She smiled sadly. This time, I am the one who leaves. She kissed him, slowly, gently, with all the tenderness of a goodbye that had never been said, and she left. A month later, CL. Ara lived in a small apartment near the sea. She had found work as an art teacher at a community school. She painted in her free time, wrote in her diary, and for the first time for a long time he breathed without feeling that he should apologize for it. He did not see Adrian again, nor Olivia. But one afternoon, while walking along the pier, he received an unaddressed envelope. Inside there was a note and a photograph. This time, I was the one who didn't keep a promise. But I needed you to be free. Olivia and I cancelled the wedding, not because I didn't want it, but because I learned that the Master R no se mendiga, ni se reemplaza. Lo que tuvimos tú y yo fue real, y eso no se olvida. Sé feliz, Clara. Por los dos. A. The photograph was of the bench in the park. There was a heart carved in the amadera. Her initials were still there. Clara smiled with tears in her eyes. Love doesn't always end in a forever. Sometimes it ends in a thank you for what you were to me. And so, with a heart still wounded but strong, Clara continued walking. Because she understood that some promises do not need to be fulfilled to have meaning.